Hey guys, I hope you're well. I may or may not edit this video, so I may throw a little ending on it. I've got my mind on an old friend of mine named Alizee. Man, I hear breathing directly behind me. Hi! Hi, Blitzy. We gotta film a movie for the guys, okay? Because they were nice enough to wander up the landfill. See what's on the top of the heap today. I better quit my babbling. There's a few things. I felt I left you short. And there's a few things that I looked at and I thought I'd share with you. So I think maybe I better set you on a tripod, and I'll be doing a fair amount of pausing and zooming in because, yeah, I'm old. Hang on then. If I screw up and you see that cheat sheet hanging from somewhere, pretend you don't see it. Blitzy, I need to take at least a 6-inch step backwards. You gotta go. You gotta get up on the bed. Hang on. Okay. One of the things I mentioned in the last video, or in part 1, or whatever you want to call it, was the incredibly clear meter lens, but I forgot. I don't want to mislead you guys. This is the original lens, not the original meter. I found a meter with the right lens on it on eBay and bought it, even though it was the wrong meter, because I got the correct, beautifully clear lens. So, yeah, the original lens looked like that. Okay? Pause you. I was going to talk a little bit more about the tubes, but there's not much to say about them other than they all look basically brand new. They're a mix. There's a couple Toshiba tubes. There's one Hitachi tube. I was going to talk about filament burning and vaporization on the top of the tube, but there doesn't. These tubes are silvered on the top, so that's typically on older radios that I restore. At one Procom 12AX7A. Maybe I won't stick you on a tripod yet. I like the freedom. Next item on the list is, well, no it isn't, solder joint quality. While we're at the top, let's look at the solder joints. They look really, really nice. Everything looks great. I was going to talk about, I'm going to pause you, I got to move something. Let's try to zoom in on that bearing, on that loading. Is it the loading? Irregardless. I can see, let me grab a pointer. Hopefully this pointer won't freak out the camera. Now I can't see what I'm pointing at, so I'm going to find my way into the... I can't do it. Oh, there we are. Right in there, I can see a little fillet of oil. You know, that has been oiled by somebody, and not very far in the past. What's that? Yeah, I can't point because all I can see is this camera screen right now. I'm working from that. I'm going to try to zoom back out. That capacitor is in excellent condition. Somebody has restored this radio. Somebody has restored it. And I know this by the electrolytic caps. And since on the subject, let's take a squiz at this cap. This is the first time in my life I've ran across a restuffed electrolytic can. I saw that reddish coloration around the base of it when we did the other video, right? and it didn't hit me. It hit me when I watched my own video. It didn't. Here, let me flip it over. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, this is the bottom of that electrolytic cap. When we did the other video, I noted this scratch somebody put on it, but then when watching my video, I saw them, and then I knew that hole with a lead coming out and that hole with a lead coming out, right? Sometimes in vintage tabletop radios, you'll find a restuffed cap. Well, I've done them. I've restuffed them, and I'll have 3 holes come, with leads coming out, or 4, depending on how many caps are in that can. Let me look at my list. Hang on. Oh, well. So somebody's restored this in the recent past. We have this cap, and then we have the 2 caps. Sorry about that. We have the caps in the full-wave bridge rectifier power supply, and they might be great. But boy, this is not focusing. I can tell because I'm wearing my glasses. I'm sure they'll be fine, but I'm not into the habit of using San Waha electrolytics. Hang on. Stupid Blozo. When you manually focus on something, you'll have to keep manually focusing over it unless you hit the little autofocus icon after you're done. Question. Hey, Blozo. You gonna replace the silicone rectifiers and sacrifice coveted Heathkit OEM parts? Answer. Why would I not? When my daughter Kelly, her kind of scary Air Force veteran electronic engineer husband, gave me these about 10,001 and 4008 rectifiers. Hang on. Hey guys, let's talk about dresses. No, not Alizees. Get your dirty, filthy minds off of my Alizee and her dress. More specifically, and more importantly, look at the lead dress on these components. That'll tell you a lot about the quality of the workmanship that went into the Heathkit that you're restoring. Look at this resistor. 4.7K. Sorry about the bump. Look at the lead dress. Nice right angles. Let me look around. You know what I mean? And even when right angles aren't possible, like this 33K, how he connected it, or she connected it to those 2 adjacent tube pins, exactly how I'd have done it. Look at the right angles on the leads. This was a very busy part of the circuit. And yet, it's not a Charlie Foxtrot, you know what I mean? Another San Waha. Yeah. Let me look at my list. One moment. Check it out, guys. Look at the 2 smaller resistors. Please focus. Nestled under the end of that bigger resistor, right? Look at the leads, man. Need I say more? Yes, I need. I'll always say more. Look at the solder joints. Look at the solder joints. Let's look at this tube socket. I'll try to focus. Look at the solder joints. They're all very nice. Now then, what caps will I replace? These autofocus. Yes. What caps will I replace? Well, look around. This is of a modern enough era, whether Heathkit or any other brand, for the most part. It's of a modern enough era that the vast majority of the caps are disc ceramic. I will not replace any of them. They rarely become leaky or short, although I've seen it happen. That'll be discovered in the troubleshooting phase if it's necessary, and or alignment phase if there is any on this unit. Let's look at this cap. The hell is it? Well, it's encased in plastic. It's a paper and foil cap encased in plastic with one end banded to indicate the low impedance side, the outside of the foil. Will I replace it? Yup, I will. Moisture can migrate into that and degrade the cap, and they actually do become leaky fairly quickly. I'll replace all the San Wajas. While these aren't across the line, they're from hot to ground and neutral to ground. They're the line safe. They're def caps. Will they be? Yes, they will be replaced with modern. What are they? X2Y1. Safety caps. Let me look at my list. Next item on my list are the wafer switches. That is very typical of a Heathkit wafer switch. It's oxidized badly, but not corroded. Typical. It works well. It turns fine, beautifully, and I dare say it'll work beautifully too. What I do is I inspect the wafer switch. I'll rotate the switch, and as that, I'm going to point. As that copper right there rotates under that contact, the contact should spread apart. Now you can't see that on camera, but I inspect each contact carefully by eye to make sure that they spread apart as that common one rotates through them. Okay? One moment. I've got you zoomed way in, that's why we're shaky. Hang on. Question. Hey, Bozo, what do you clean your switches, pots, and wafer switches with? Answer. Blitzy, we gotta go on a little bit of a road trip. We gotta show the boys what Blozo uses to clean components. Hang on, guys. Dang it, Bobby. My bottle, I can't find it. I can't find my bottle. Oh, what am I? Answer? 97% isopropyl alcohol? No. You would need anhydrous alcohol. And anhydrous alcohol is terribly, it's a lab reagent. It's expensive. See, you can't take alcohol above 97% by distillation. There's a word for it. What happens at 97%, the alcohol-water mixture magically and suddenly starts evaporating faster than the pure alcohol molecules. And so that comes over in your distillation apparatus. Anyway, question. Hey, Blozo, what the hell is NAPA? Answer. All right, Blitzy, I gotta go out to the garage. You wanna go to the garage? You wanna go out to the garage? All right, man. Where is it? Damn it. There it is. Answer. What is NAPA? Coleman fuel. It's Coleman fuel. It's pure. It's almost anhydrous. It evaporates instantly. Its flash point is very... I shouldn't have tried that. Its flash point Oh no, the focus was off. The flash point's very low. It evaporates very quickly. And I'll pause you. Good boy accompanied me out to the garage to show you what NAPA is. Thank you, Blitzy. I love you so much. Good boy. He's a good boy. Man, that was close. When we went on our field trip to the garage, I knocked over my tripod. Look how close it came to my SX-62A's front panel. Ooh, look at that glass dial. What if I broke it? Okay, guys, that's long enough. So that's everything on the list except for the last item. I'm going to wait to show you what I've ordered for this transmitter until I've gone through the HR10B receiver with you, because I'll order everything at once. So once I've gone through them and measured all the resistors and listed the caps on both units, I'll show you what I'm ordering. Okay? The only item left on that is the tubes, and given that they're so new, I've never tested a tube on a tube tester. I've never had a tube tester till I bought that Heathkit TC1, and it works fine, but it needs calibration still, and I've got to make another adjustment on the roller. It's not rolling smoothly, so I generally don't test tubes. In the testing phase, if they're weak, they'll rear their ugly little heads. I wiped the dust off of the tubes, and I suggest you don't. For one, you can wipe off the part number, and you will clean your tubes, but do so carefully. But if you leave the dust on them, oh, the smell when you turn it on and they get hot. It'll take you back to your boyhood when you used to sneak the tubes out of your black and white TV set and sneak them around to Rickman's drugstore around the corner. At least a couple times a week. When you were 12. You're just looking out for Mom and Dad. So you don't get to see an outro by Alizee, because this is long enough. I'm not waiting 8 hours for it to transcode. I just wanted to maybe touch on a few details that I felt were lacking on my plan for the restoration of this DX-60a. Okay, guys? From Chuck and Blozo and Blitzy, we wish you a Happy New Year and a 73. The outro I really need to use is by Queen, and it is, "You're My Best Friend."